This is a Emergency broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
Uncle is on the air.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That's 191. We're getting up there, boys and girls. Now we have interesting, I guess, on the line. Come on, try to get one.
Right out of the gates, Uncle.
Right off the gate, here's the number one guest. How'd you do? Oh, never mind.
Really quickly before we get to the caller, 319-527-5016. If anybody else wants to join, 319-527-5016 is the number to call. And your caller's on the line, Uncle.
Go ahead. What's your name and who you from? Where you from? Yeah, hello.
Hey, we hear you, caller.
Yeah, we hear you.
Hello, this is Zach. I'm on the line from Philadelphia. I hung on from the last show. But
boy, oh boy, a Philly man. What?
Yeah, yeah. You remember?
Yeah, no. Zachy boy with the
Philly.
Philly man. I've been having to talk to you long ago. It's been a while, haven't it?
Yeah, you recognize Zach, right?
I recognize the voice right away. Philly voice, Philly people.
Oh yeah,
your hometown.
You're there, yes.
Near his place. Let's go.
My grandpa's hometown, to be sure. But, my dad's somewhat hometown, and mine tangentially through my family. Yeah.
So, what's on your mind, and what you want to talk about?
Did I hear you say this is 191 shows? Is that right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
191
I always hit it. I always say what it is and what the number is. Sometimes I forget.
Wow. But it's hard to remember. So many.
But I'm getting up there to my 200 mark. I'm aiming for 200 now. So when 200 comes, then I'll go to 3 and I go up. And that's how
It's only up from there.
I go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I work it.
Just 9 more weeks.
Yeah.
It's coming up. Uncle, do you see the shirt I'm now wearing?
Yeah, I know. That's Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Hey, this ain't Big Dog.
We're talking to Big Dog right now.
Oh, this is Big Dog.
Yeah. Zach. Zach is from Big Dog.
Thanks. Now I'm getting
From the desert. The desert
boy.
The desert boy. Pappy and Harriet.
Yeah. Now I got to take my head. I don't know what I was talking to.
They call me Desert Boy.
Yeah. So, folks, how's the band doing? How's your band doing?
Well, we're not doing too much. No band is really doing too much right now. It's a weird time. You can
I forgot the mask thing.
Yeah,
it's a bit strange out there now.
Yeah.
So, but we're hanging in there. We it's crazy. We toured all in February. It still blows my mind.
Right before. Yeah,
the last night out. It's like last century.
Yeah. It seems like so long ago now, and it wasn't, but it was at the same time.
Yeah. It's
different.
It's insane.
The world that's now past. I mean, it's we're
over the year now.
Pretty much, it's nearly over.
Going to be at
2021.
2020. You made it. 2021. Just about what? 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be the revolution before we know it.
Revolution will be coming.
Yeah, Uncle's New Year's revolution.
New revolution be starting again.
Have you ever listened to Uncle's New Year's revolution, Zach?
Jack, did you ever listen to that?
No, I haven't. I remember when. I think it was maybe one of the times I met up with you guys. It was It must have been in the fall or something. Maybe it was about to happen, and you guys were talking about it. But I've never. I don't think.
Okay. Grab it this year.
This might be the year. You might have to call into it.
I know.
Call in for it. Call in for it this year.
I'd have to.
Because Chuck is ready on the other end, and he'll be,
He's like the MC. He's the master of ceremonies. He's the producer. He's making everything happen on New Year's Eve, and we'll be here for 4 hours again, probably.
4 hours. At least.
Yeah.
Average of 4 hours.
Well, how would that work? Yeah, I guess it would be.
We start.
You guys would still be doing it. I was going to say it's going to be pretty late for me on the East Coast, but you guys will be starting, before.
We start basically at this time as we're now speaking.
This is the time
8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern is when the show starts, and we go all the way
that would
to.
Be the smart way to do it. Yeah.
Midnight. Try to go to midnight, since depending on the people, if there's a lot. Or talk. If not, that's be up to 12.
Yeah, the idea is to make sure that we're live during each of the time zones turning over into the new year, so that Uncle wishes the Eastern and Central, then the Mountain, then the Pacific time zone, all of them. Hey, Happy New Year! So I'm here till like 3:30 in the morning.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Revolution. I got it.
Got it. Yeah, Uncle's New Year's Revolution. It's a tradition.
Do it
this is something I should. I don't want to steal the mic here, but you asked me at the end of the last hour if there's something I wanted to promote or whatever. But I would want to give a shout out to my neighbor Pat Finnerty, who he managed to get Dave Grohl to call into his Instagram live show, and. I just wanted to congratulate him for that, and you should check that out because it was quite incredible.
That's pretty interesting. What was the show?
He was doing. He had been doing a Instagram live show from his apartment, which is right across the little alley here. He's my direct neighbor.
Nice.
But anyway, he's an incredible musician, and he'll people would kind of like type in, song requests, and he would record the entire song in an hour. Doing the drum beats, typing it out on the keyboard.
Oh wow!
Playing all the parts.
Cool.
The Spoon Man, Double Vision, and my wife and I played on a couple of them. But anyway, he'd been doing this for like 4 months since the pandemic. And this thing came up about him. He's like, we got to get Grohl. So he staged this sort of grassroots campaign and eventually got around to Dave Grohl.
Nice.
He was doing a 24-hour Grohl-a-thon where he was going to do his Instagram show live for 24 hours in hopes that Dave Grohl would hear about it and call in. And he did.
Interesting. Interesting.
And
wow.
It's quite so if anybody wants to check it out, it's the Pat Finnerty show on Instagram. He's got them all posted up there.
Whoa.
He was going to listen to Cotton Eye Joe for an hour straight at midnight. That was one of the things he was going to do to pass the time.
Oh, good. Nice. He's carrying out psychological operations on himself, trying to get him to come out of the bunker, like police negotiations or whatever, where they're trying to get somebody out. They just keep playing the same song.
Yeah. Like the they did that at Waco or something. They played like like when they play pop music or something. They blast
something horrendous. I mean, anything becomes horrendous after it keeps playing.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see that experiment. Hopefully, we will.
Nice.
It only took him 9 hours. 9 hours to control.
I'd say that's pretty good, Uncle. That's the power of podcasting right there. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it could happen.
Helping me at the revolution thing.
Yeah.
About that long. About that long.
Yeah, revolution.
Yeah.
You ever think about going 24 hours the entire way around the globe? You guys could just keep going.
I don't think my producer there can handle that.
Maybe we could dial up.
I know because I'm watching him eat, I mean, I know I could talk all the time, well,
Uncle,
because I'm still a little younger. But of course, not getting up there a little further. But I'm just saying, I was going to actually talk, well, tonight about something, but
were you?
Since you were
that's
talking,
fine.
That's
all good, Uncle. It's all good.
Well, the files. I was talking about the files.
The files. Oh wait, let's see. Hold on.
But there's something else.
Before we get going here, Uncle. Zach, do you want to hang out or you want to get going now? I know you've been on a while. You gotta get going, or you want to hang out?
Yeah, I should probably check in here.
All right. Hey.
But anyway, it was great to talk to you, and yeah, keep up the good work. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. It's great to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Take care now.
Take care.
Likewise.
Okay, there he goes.
Hey,
Zach
look,
Miller, Dr. Dog.
I put him on hold. I put him on hold. Do we know Dr. Dog's website? Because we should probably give in a little plug there and then move on to Uncle's story.
We should. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
give him that.
I want to say it's drdog.com, but let me just confirm that.
Here we go. Let me pull him back up. Zach,
it's.
You still there, Zach?
Yeah.
Hey, what is the website for Dr. Dog?
It's drdogmusic.com, but just type in Dr. Dog. It's all the places to go to, and you'll find us. It'll be pretty obvious.
Excellent. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we gave you a plug there before you were gone.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
Yeah. Call back anytime, Zach. It's great to have you, man.
Yeah. I will. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
drdogmusic.com.
Oh, boy, I liked his music.
Mm-hmm.
There's one song of his I did like. I got into.
Many good songs. Yes. Chuck, was there anything else going on over there? I know you were there.
Oh no, I just wanted to make sure we got that plug in, and move it along. It's fine. We're doing our thing. Although I would sign up to try and do the 24-hour thing if you want to try it, but
you would be there for it then. Wow.
Well, I didn't know if you would be up for it. That's why I'm debating how you feel.
Hey, look, I'll make it happen. It's okay. We can do it. If I could work, I used to work in convenience stores in 24-hour shifts sometimes because, I was a manager and employee doesn't show up. Guess who works? Me. So plenty of times I worked, from 6 a.m. to back all the way around to 6 a.m.
Oof, goodness, yeah. Call up Guinness. We're going 24 hours. We're going to be the longest podcast.
You must make sure you're not working that day.
Well, yeah.
That would be the problem here.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Schedule.
I'll do it on a day off. It'll be fine.
Yeah, day off.
It'll be fine.
I might think of doing that.
We got this under control.
Day off. So
again, we'll have to get a hold of Guinness so it's in the record books, and then we'll make history, broadcast history, I suppose.
Yeah, there you have it.
But yeah, if anybody else wants to call in, 319-527-5016, you can join the ranks of Zach Miller, Dr. Dog, and join the Uncle Show tonight. Every Friday night, we're live on Ochelli.com, if you did not know that. Yep. The chat room is popping off at Ochelli.com
I'm hearing
now.
noises on that chat room. It's moving. Somebody actually talking.
It's moving, yes.
Oh, yeah, busy in there. Creative Accident, Space Shifter, Z's, and Lucum, and I think I actually just said that right, didn't I? There's an anonymous chatter in there. I don't know who that is, but anyway, shout out to everybody that's in there making that noise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's behaving themselves. Everybody being very good. It's a good time in there. Uncle, this is exciting. We're having fun broadcasting. What is it you want to bring up? You want to bring up, what is it?
I was into the story that I'm listening to. Very exciting, but my sister kept asking, what is it? I can't remember the name. I can't remember names anymore.
This was a story, you say?
This was the sword story I was listening to.
Is this the TV show?
TV show.
Okay, you've been watching a series, right?
A series.
Okay.
And it's sure been going on, and it's still going on.
And it's all to do with swords.
It's all with swords.
Good.
When they fight.
Okay.
I said, when they're going to fight, you have a sword out. Oh, and they started shooting at the sword. They're going nuts, going crazy, fighting. And then the little knives fly out, going like crazy, going like that. I think of the sword people when I'm watching this movie.
Well, yeah, you're watching the sword people. But you're talking about Pure Blades, of course.
Pure Blades, yeah.
Our favorite local sword shop.
Yeah.
Seems to be doing well in these strange economic times. They're
I should ask them and should listen to that show.
Yeah.
It's the only problem with that show is one problem.
What's that?
You can see the words on the bottom, but they talk different.
Yes. Okay.
I know what the name of that.
It's produced in another country, so it's in another language, right?
Another country, and they're talking sort of differently, and I'm trying to understand. I'm getting some of the words down, though. I'm understanding some of the words on the bottom.
So you're learning a new language.
Yeah, trying to, but while they're talking, but the language is regular talk that we talk on the TV screen.
English. Yeah.
The TV screen.
The subtitles are English.
Subtitles.
The original language is. Do you know what it is? Do you happen to know what language it might be in?
Something they're talking like that.
Something other than English.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something.
And they're sorting it up. Swords, knives,
and stuff.
All sorts of implements that can lacerate you this way and that way. They can stab you.
They got this camps. Actually, we got these camps. There's camps. They're like teepee camps. Like you go camping.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of the camping sites, and you all like and these people live on.
So it's sword clans that live in camps.
Campsites.
Are they nomadic?
Automatic, and there's a tent. That's where they sleep.
Sure.
Eat and everything.
Well, that sounds good.
In this area.
And then they move, right? They move around. Yeah.
But the craziest things, they have knights in another area that's got a building, but these are bad knights.
Is it a castle?
Yeah.
It's like knights in a castle. Okay. Is this a medieval time period this is happening in? Do we know? So it's okay. So this is period piece taking place perhaps in medieval times, or there's knights in castles. There's nomadic swords clans wandering around with their tents. Okay. Interesting.
They got the brother. There's two brothers.
Yes.
And two daughters, and the one son's got a girlfriend.
Okay.
That's now with them. They was like she was one about her, and he went after her, and wound up being they're together now in their tent in their area.
They came together under the same tent.
Same.
Okay.
No, not the same tent.
They're in the same tent.
Ladies with ladies, men with men. It's
are the tents are separated according to gender? Is that it?
Get it?
The women stay with themselves. The men stay.
Right.
Okay.
It's like
fair enough.
That kind of tenting thing.
Okay.
So this is how they work. This is how they expose. So
okay.
Other than the man and wife of the original, the father and mother.
So are there family units
It's like a family deal, yeah.
Can people get married in the sword clan and then have their own tent? Can you do that?
That's the part I'm waiting to see.
You don't know yet.
I don't know yet. That's the part I'm waiting for. But this whole series going on.
I want to know how the swordsman's family dynamic works in this tribal structure.
But there is this uncle.
Oh,
that
good.
That is going to a night, and they're trying to figure out. And one of the
is it a night of Columbus or the Knights of Columbus?
No, it's not a. It's
a different night.
It's a cross.
Is it a red cross on a white background?
Right.
So they're like the Knights Templars.
Well, it's like a Knights Templar, but it's not like mine kind. It's a different kind.
Yeah, sure.
But they have this thing, and what we're discussing is, well, these there's daughters and fathers and all kinds of people, and her daughter was married to this one they caught him at this place, and they're like drinking this blue stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're drinking this
blue stuff.
They're drinking this blue stuff, and he goes wild.
It makes you crazy? Is it alcoholic?
I don't know, but it drives the man crazy. And it turns around, and then he says, "Come and give this to him." And the uncle gets silver dollars just to do that. They don't know who's doing it yet, but it's coming to the part soon that we're going to find out that he is going to be head cut off. They actually cut their heads off with the sword.
Wow. They
had one advisor and started, and they took the cut and went chop, cutting up like chop.
Is this like the Highlander?
Something like.
So it's kind of like that.
Something like that. But they have all these swords going out, big size sword. They cut with the neck.
Okay.
And they cut the neck. Let me tell you.
Okay.
You see blood.
So it's gory. It's a gory show.
More of that.
Okay, a lot of blood.
When they going crazy and they're trying to figure out the bad ones or the good ones, and the sword, like they're sorting them out.
Can you tell by the sword who's bad and who's good? What kind of sword they have?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
It is.
The father of the daughter, he builds them of all the swords.
Oh, so he's like a smith. He's like
smith.
Yeah,
they got Bond Smith, and he does all the swords, and he has a load of them.
Okay, he's the sword crafter. He's the craftsman who knows how to make the steel. Right. And yeah.
And they go, some kind of song.
Okay. Oh, they have a song while they're
the father was hidden with the
forging
guy,
the steel.
With the one to steel, and he was singing opposite song today. That's what.
Okay.
You had to watch the series.
Is the series on Netflix? Is that what you're watching it on?
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
It's on Netflix. You can put it on Netflix and you can see it.
All right, so watch it.
It starts into R.
It starts with the letter R. It's about swords. Okay.
Roman something?
Roman.
I think it was a Roman show.
Does it take place in ancient Rome? Is that the idea?
I think it might.
It does.
I think it might. I have to show you the letter. Show you the show.
Okay.
I meant to show you that, but
interesting.
That's what it's about. So,
all right.
And all of a sudden, all this fighting going on. I get it. All this fighting with all the swords. It's not like
people
bow and arrows.
Oh, of course. Okay.
I mean, you're going crazy. Bow and arrows, chop him, chop a neck. I mean, he's going crazy.
Lukem in the chat room is wondering if you're watching an ISIS hostage video of a beheading.
It's almost like a beheading show, because that's when they do things bad. They cut the head off.
Yeah, they'll do that to you.
Spot room. And because they were completely clean. But it's on Reflex. If anybody would want to
just watch it on
Netflix.
Watch
a show on Reflex. It's on it.
Just open it up.
It's a series, and all you have to do is, you all probably have to start from
You just have to watch it.
Just have to watch it and see.
Yeah.
You get into these things.
You're gonna love this show.
Yeah, it's like Cowboys and Indians. No,
I
like action shows. And this is more like an action show.
Sounds pretty action packed and a lot of action and gore and intrigue. And
I tell you, I've been watching that thing since night after the show. I'm going on there watch what I can watch at night. This is so exciting.
There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way that the man swordsman could get into the woman's tent. You know, I mean, that's. I'm thinking that is where the sort of love interest aspect of the show pops up, right? It's like, we got the man tent, we got the woman tent, but there's a way to bridge the two, right?
I think what happens, I don't know yet, but I think it's going to be soon. The two.
There's something brewing.
The girlfriend.
There's a romance.
And the one guy that one of the brothers liked, and she couldn't think. You had to think about her for lots of time. I think it's going to come to a point of that. What you're saying?
I would imagine it does.
But they accept. They met the lady, so they know the parents. She knows the parents.
Okay.
It's like you seeing somebody?
Yeah. It's
something
everybody
like that.
knows each other in this situation.
And the one sister will go with is nice to her. The one that has the problem with the husband. That one with the husband is called Thomas, and he's the one that they're trying to figure out. That was his wife. Her wife.
All right. There we go.
Husband.
I figured that just had to be part of the story. You know, I mean, you can't have this. You can't have this segregated tent situation for too long without there being problems starting to happen.
Well, yeah. Well, they I've seen going into the tent. It's always been separated man and woman. Only ones that's together are the parents. That would be the mother and father are together.
I'm a bit surprised that the Knights, unlike the Knights of Columbus, seem to be evil.
Well, these are different Knights.
It's these are the bad kind of Knights, not the good kind.
These ain't the Knights that I'm with.
No, these are bad Knights.
These are the different.
They're bad, right? Aren't they? Am I right about that?
They're bad.
Bad Knights.
And they hung. They also hung the guy hung his. He got hung on. The Birdman got hung.
The Birdman got hung. Oh man.
The guy that was blind. He got hung. Already gone.
We're talking about Michael Keaton, the Birdman.
No, Keaton. I don't know.
We're talking about
guy that barely can talk.
The Birdman, Coco Beware.
What the guy his name was, but he was walking like he'd stick.
Birdman.
He's like needed to stick walking around.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that I can't remember who Birdman the rapper is. I think he's just Birdman, but I feel like he has another alias. Chuck, chime in here if you know if Birdman the rapper has another alias that I can't remember now, but he's the other Birdman that comes to mind.
Top of my head, I actually don't know that one. Maybe somebody in the chat room does. There's, for once, I don't know one of these weird random pieces of trivia. Sorry. I failed. Anyway, there you go.
Well, this is a excellent story, Chuck. If you ever want to watch it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Get it.
I mean, it has swords. It's got swords.
And they got loads of swords. I mean it's a sword story. Through the whole thing.
Pure Blades has got a...
That's the name of the mute song.
That's the theme song?
The theme song.
Okay.
I heard that song. I said, man, something like that.
So when you hear woot doot doot doot, you know that show's coming on.
You know once it starts.
Yeah. A good theme song does that.
Theme song. Excellent theme song. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing.
Is it The Witcher? Somebody is asking. Lucum is asking. Is it The Witcher? Is that what it's called?
No. But there's a lot of evil guys in it, though.
I'll bet.
There was one guy that they're trying to get, and he's the one that said, give him the liquid fool. Give him the liquid to them Thomas to drink. And
liquor?
Some kind of blue drink.
To get him drunk and pass out? Is that the idea?
Something to get him wild or something. Yeah. And it was the uncle is doing that.
Okay.
But they have an idea, but they're not sure. And it's going to come down to, I'm going to find out if this guy is going to be shot. He was almost cut, his neck. Almost got cut.
Ooh, that's a close one.
But was a close one until the brother came back.
Mm-hmm.
But now this still continuing.
Oh, Creative Accidents is coming through with the alias of Birdman being Baby. The rapper Birdman is also known as Baby. That's right. Yeah. I remember now. The Jigaman, Pimpsy, and B.U.N.B. I feel like that's a different song. I feel like Birdman was involved in, I can't remember, one of those songs. But Birdman is all over the place, and I guess he's in this too.
No, he's dead now in the show.
Oh, okay. No more Birdman.
The man was barely talking and barely can understand him. Blind.
Uncle, have you ever heard...
short guy.
Do you know who Wesley Willis was? Do you know him?
That's familiar.
He was a musician.
Right.
He was an interesting character. He was from Chicago, this big guy that he was schizophrenic, actually. He was diagnosed with chronic schizophrenia, but he made these songs on his keyboard, and I actually saw him live once, which was very cool, actually. And he did these really good drawings, too. So he did drawings, he did music, and he just had these really weird songs. He has a song about how
Did he do the song about Mrs. Butterworth's when you saw him? Because
Mrs. Butterworths.
Mrs. Butterworths. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he did that live or not, but I definitely know of that song.
See, I told you freaky, crazy trivia. I know stuff. I bet you a lot of people don't know who Wesley Willis was.
Chuck, one of my greatest regrets in life is not buying one of Wesley Willis's drawings when I saw him, because he was sitting there at the merch table. He had these really cool drawings for sale, and I did not buy one. I feel terrible. What a wasted opportunity.
Should have went and bought one.
It was a waste, but I mean, it's okay. I mean, just going to see him was cool enough, I gotta say.
You always get you always get a souvenir. You always get some kind of souvenir. For
yeah, you know who I regret not getting a souvenir from is there used to be this lady in Atlantic City that would play the keyboard with her tongue because she had no arms and no legs.
Got it.
Did you ever see her? I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but interesting lady, and she used to have somebody with her that would sell something. I think it was CDs, or it might have been photographs. Sure. I can't remember, but I regret not having bought a souvenir from her. You know who I'm talking about?
That sounds familiar. I don't. That's Atlantic City.
Yeah, she used to perform on the boardwalk for people, and like one of those situations, street musician kind of deal.
Yeah,
But after she went on the Howard Stern show, she suddenly had merchandise, and I had seen her several times on the boardwalk in Atlantic City.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, I don't have money for this today, and I never got to see her again after that. So
yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I never went to Atlantic City, so I never did see her, but that sounds familiar to me.
You probably saw her on TV or something. I mean, I know she made it to various TV shows. She was definitely a curious individual to run into. They would kind of wheel her up on this. I think it was a food cart that they had her on. You know those food carts you see in like restaurants with the metal trays and stuff, like with the shelf under it. Okay, so she, like her boyfriend or whatever, I'm not sure, but I think it was her boyfriend, would like wheel her out, onto the boardwalk on one of those carts and bring out the keyboard, put it in front of her, position her just right, and she would just play with her tongue and her mouth on the keyboard songs.
Interesting.
Seriously.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm into it.
That's pretty interesting, like Wesley Willis. I mean, Wesley was great, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Did you see? Have you seen Wesley Willis live, Chuck?
I never saw him live. I actually got one of the CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things. Because remember, I told you the thing about tape trading and all that stuff. So I got a cassette of him first, but then I ended up with one of his CDs as well.
Yeah, I had two of the CDs. I was quite proud of them. I got them from used CD shops just in Columbus, Ohio. So those were cool. The one
I had, the one that looked like he had colored like with crayons on it. It was like orange and I think it was orange and blue, oddly enough.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, his art was on all the album covers. So those artworks that he would sell, those were on the album covers of them. So usually it was a Chicago street scene of some sort.
Yeah, it was like a street scene, but it was like all with just two colors. But the way he put them together, see, that was the weird thing about his artwork sometimes. I think he did black and white stuff too. But there was this one that looked like it was made with crayons, and I was told it wasn't. But it was just orange and blue, and it was like, I don't know, like a sidewalk in a building. And it kind of like twisted weird off to the side. You probably know exactly which one I can't remember the name of the CD or anything because I haven't had CDs in years, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
His art, I gotta say, his art is actually very good. His technique is unique, to say the least. It's very good. His line work is crazy because he'll make one single line and it goes all over the place, but he'll draw like an entire like picture almost with one line is what it looks like. It's like he's etch-a-sketching it almost with his hand. You know what? That's a good descriptor of it. That's a really good descriptor, like an etch-a-sketch, except you go way beyond squares. Because the street, it wasn't like typical sharp corners. Here's the sidewalk exactly. It was like this, like almost like looking at it in a reflection of a puddle that had a pebble dropped in it.
like weird kind of, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
yeah. But it even so, it's like it was just really good. I mean, it was really legitimately good artwork. Like I was impressed every piece I saw, and I know that a couple of the pieces. I remember that he had some vehicle picture for sale when I saw him. It was either a tractor or like a truck with these big wheels, and he had done that line work trick by making the wheel. It's just like one line where he had gone back and forth as like the outside tire part of the wheel, but he did that somehow in the entire circle of the wheel with like what looked to be one line, and that's how he made the wheel. It's just really an odd way to draw such a thing, but it was very cool. I don't know.
They had these names. They had these names. They were M. Part of the flag was M.
Is this the swordsman's?
Yeah.
Okay.
The M and ITI was a flag.
ITI is on the flag?
Where they were at.
Okay.
And
that's like a region.
And then the cross, of course, was the Knights. And there was another batch of people.
So these are clans. These are warring clans.
Clan. That's what I was trying to
get. Okay, it's
they
clans.
Were all
okay,
clans.
got it.
And there was other kind of people that they knew he was like a religion something.
Religion. So there's a clergy or something.
A clergy, correct.
Okay.
And he's going up and down the roads like a doctor. I mean, they come to part. He comes to camps, tells them, and then they go back, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's them. They got those in them too.
Okay.
They got some bad ones in there. And,
is it Clash of Clans?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. Yeah. So many clans, so many swords, so many fights.
There was not just one story in this though. The problem in this whole got my attention was story 1, and then another story 2, and another story 3. There's 3 sets of stories in one whole show.
Yeah, there's the main plot, and there's like a subplot, and there's things like that. There's all sorts of stuff.
Right.
Just for listeners, Creative Accidents identified the lady who played the organ with her mouth. Not meant to be double entendre there, but played the organ with her mouth. Her name was Celestine. That was right, and he apparently came up with the links and the information on her. So there you have it.
Okay, yeah, she was on Oprah Winfrey, Sally Jesse, Raphael, and Geraldo. Wow, and they did also Howard Stern. Yeah, 6 times on Howard.
Yeah, see, like I said, she did the Howard Stern show, and then all of a sudden she had merchandise to sell, because usually she just played and people gave her, $1, quarter, whatever, for her playing with her. I mean, again, no arms, no legs. Yeah. So there you have it.
Interesting. Yeah. What a story. What a story.
That is a story.
It's a busking legend right there. Uncle, do you know what busking is? Mm-mm. It's street music. So if you're playing an instrument or playing music of any kind down the street, and typically doing it for money, you're busking. Oh, cool, right?
Oh. See, I'm laughing because I remember that scene in the movie Suicide Kings. You ever see the movie Suicide Kings, Aaron or Uncle?
No, nope.
Okay, so Dennis,
that would probably be a good one though too.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Have a bunch of swords in it.
Well, no swords in it, but there's a mafia guy, and there's all kinds of weird stuff that happens. These young guys decide to kidnap a guy from the mob, played by why is his name eluding me? More cowbell.
Oh, you're talking about the actor?
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't think of him now either.
Christopher Walken. Okay.
Yes, Christopher Walken.
So
yes.
Christopher Walken's the mob guy, but anyway, his right-hand man is Dennis Leary. And Dennis Leary is, he's got these expensive like alligator shoes or whatever, and he's sitting in a limousine, and a guy comes up to him with a squeegee and starts trying to wash his windows, and he's screaming at him, get away, and he points his gun at him, and then he says, no, you know what, come back here a minute. And he goes, hey, you got all those nice alligator shoes, and all I got is a busket. And so Dennis Leary's like, give me the busket. Give me the busket. takes the bucket and gives him like a couple $100, and then the guy turns around and asks him for another $1, and Dennis Leary freaks out and almost shoots the homeless guy. And I just always remember, all I got is a busket. So that's what I immediately was cracking up to with my mic off while you were saying busket. Anyway, sorry, I thought that would be good to throw in. But you guys might want to watch Suicide Kings if you've never seen it. It's a movie, I don't know, from the 90s, I think, but it's pretty funny and kind of dark too. So okay.
I hope it has a sword in it.
He said it doesn't.
He
didn't.
It's still probably good, even though it doesn't.
No swords, but a knife plays a prominent role in the movie. No spoiler. Okay.
Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well,
Okay, our friends at Pure Blades can get into that. That's good. All right. Uncle, we're podcasting Friday night.
I know.
Ocelli.com, we're here.
Anybody else on that line, give them a call. Give us a call. I'm on air live now. If anybody wants to talk.
I'm trying to make an Instagram story.
What are you doing with Instagram?
I'm making an Instagram story. I was trying to record you. I don't know if it worked. But we did the Instagram story pre-show, and I'm thinking that's helping get people in here to remember that the show. I mean, we went over this last week, but let's do it again. I think the Instagram is really working. So,
well, at least there's one good thing. Mm-hmm. There's no sickness now from my
really?
Instagram.
You're talking about coronavirus?
It is not here.
It isn't?
I think he means computer viruses. He doesn't have a computer device.
Oh, the computer virus? Yeah.
That seemed like that got cleared up.
No, the computer's working just fine.
The computer, the
website.
Oh, yeah, the website was all sorts of messed up. Yeah,
it was messing
we're at a good spot. We're working on WordPress now at Chuck's suggestion, and it was a good one. It's kind of on autopilot with a lot of things. With like the updates, it does itself. The old website didn't do that, so it's pretty cool. I'm pleased with the way it came out. I think it's looking good.
These files you all play with is very interesting to me.
How's that?
Asking him, what the file over here? Give me a file. Show me a file.
Oh, like at the end of the show, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, at the end of the shows.
Yeah, because
it interests me.
Chuck has the audio file because he, as a producer, has recorded the entire show. Then he'll send me the file. I'll receive the file. He'll upload. I'll download. I'll have the file on my computer at that point, and then I just kind of like chop it up into the two separate hours and put those hours on their respective podcast feeds. Age of Transitions, Uncle the Podcast. Post it to the website, and we're off to the races with social media. That's how it goes around here.
Hey, sit there. It's
behind the scenes for everybody.
What else can we have to talk about now?
Well, files. I was bringing up computer files in the previous hour, actually.
Oh,
Uncle.
that's you were talking about that.
I was talking about computer files.
That's what I wanted. Well,
hey, it's a hot topic.
You got on time files. Now I finally got on the file situation.
Finally.
Well, this got a lot of file on these crazy machines you sell.
Think of how many files are on one computer.
Over 1,000.
Yeah.
Depending on how many times you use it, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you average up between the work people do on it, doing this on it, doing other things. You can just imagine how many that.
They add up quick. Yeah. They add up quick. So many files.
I couldn't do something like this.
You don't think so?
Not what you guys do.
Well, it's okay. You're the talent, Uncle. You don't have to do this. Your job. Your job is to
do that section part of it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, you do the talking part. You do the talking part exactly.
So I don't.
No need to worry about it, Uncle. We got this under control.
We had a good man, Chuck there, very excellent man, doing this work for us.
Mm-hmm.
You helping out and doing that, knowing to know what you're doing. Because I tell you, without you, Chuck. He'd be lost, sidekick.
Yes,
he would definitely be lost. Let me tell you.
Because
the way he was working on it before this happened. I'm going back now in time of my broadcasting. If I could say something now, and he was so sort of Didn't know where he was. I can recognize him when he was doing these. I mean, he needed the help more than ever, this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, even his wife was worrying about him at the time.
Oh, Uncle, in the chat room, Phase Shifter brings up something interesting. He's talking about, I want to know if you've heard of this. He's talking about a bastard file for his splitting axe. Do you know what a bastard file is?
Sounds like a bad word file.
It's some
kind of word.
It's an actual file, like a tool, like a metal tool for like filing down. I guess he uses it to sharpen his axe. And I'm trying to remember what the bastard file. I feel like it's like one of the rounded ones,
it refers to a style of blade. Also, there is such thing as a bastard sword. Believe it or not. Well, and you have a surprise little add-on in Skype. Take a look, Aaron, and you'll see who it is. I think he can hear us, and I know we can hear him now. So there you go.
Oh, cool. Skyper, you're on the air.
Yeah, on the air.
Greetings.
Whoa, Robin! Hold it. I just wasn't here. It's Robin.
Well, you recognize me.
I recognize the name.
Okay.
Robin's back on.
He's back.
It's number two. It's number two.
Oh, Uncle.
I'm catching up with people.
You passed me up. I only had one call. You have two.
Yeah, I always have to help Uncle get his quotas for his above Aaron quotas. For the evening.
Well done.
Look at that.
Yeah, I've been listening to both shows though for the whole duration. Good chat so far.
Did you hear me?
And a little depressing first hour there, Aaron, but it's
I'm sorry.
In the land, and that's what's going on these days. Absolutely. So good to get out your thoughts on that. And,
good. Glad that was good.
To the story I just
Robin, what about Uncle's story? Forget about me.
I'm pretty. This show sounds fairly compelling. From what I understand, there's swords. There's people in these tents.
Right.
They're traveling. They're in tribes. There's maybe some segregation going on.
You have to see it in the beginning. You got to see that in the beginning, though.
Right.
If you haven't seen it,
got to see it.
You got to see it in the beginning.
Speaking of movies with what's this name there that you just mentioned there, Dennis Leary. I believe I just watched Demolition Man the other day.
Nice.
That film as well, which is so he had like a stint in the 80s where he was like in some pretty happening movies, I guess.
Yeah. I just watched that the other day too. Oddly enough.
Oh, you're glitching.
Yeah, no, it was on, and no, Dennis Leary in that one is the kind of an odd character, but pretty much Dennis Leary is Dennis Leary in whatever he does.
Right. Yeah, he's kind of typecast as himself quite a bit there, but
pretty much. But he does it well.
Yeah. I enjoyed him in that film there. But yeah, I'm really not sure what this show that Uncle is describing could be, because I don't have Netflix myself, so I won't.
Oh, you don't have Netflix.
Yeah, I want to have
Netflix. It might have been the game Roman something. I'm gonna show him the movie once I. He's gonna get the words done.
The big reveal.
Next week's the name of it.
We'll let you know so that you can all start watching it.
You can watch.
Have you guys taken in any Barack or Michelle Obama programming yet?
You're talking about at the DNC, the speech?
No, I mean on Netflix, because they have some.
They have a show.
Barack Obama does, in fact, have a Netflix show. I know that because right before I lost my access, I know he's got it. Yeah, he does.
They blocked you. They blocked you, Chuck.
Well,
no, I haven't seen any of myself, but I was curious if
better check on that.
Aaron or Uncle have delved into that at all.
I did not even know that existed.
We haven't even know that.
I did not know.
Threw me off.
And one final question for both of you too. There was a thing today with Elon Musk and Neuralink that I haven't been able to watch. I was curious if you got a chance to check it out yet, and if you had any comments on that.
I didn't know. No, what's the news on Neuralink? We got to hear that.
They just did. I haven't got a chance to see the presentation, but it was just, I think it's an hour-long presentation by Elon and probably a few of his underlings.
Grab us in it.
They're revealing. Uncle, are you considering getting the brain chip when it's available commercially?
Brain chip.
Yeah. A machine microchip you put in your brain.
Oh, in the brain?
I guess, yeah.
I feel like the $6 million man.
It's only the size of a coin, a large coin, supposedly.
Wait a minute. What large coin meaning what? I mean, because we talking
it
Morgan
would
dollar?
take over
or...
your brain. Is what they're talking about, Chuck.
Yeah, no, I got that.
Subjective there, Chuck.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, I mean, are we talking Morgan dollar or, are we talking a quarter? What are we looking at? By the way, Lucum in the chat room.
I don't know if they reveal that.
Okay, Lucum in the chat room thinks that it might be Nightfall. Uncle, what do you... That's a title on Netflix.
Nightfall?
Nightfall.
Is that right? Nightfall?
Nightfall on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Well, it has an R to it. Does that?
I'll look it up right now.
She's gonna look it up right now.
I'll look up.
I can tell from actually the picture.
Lucum put a link, I think, to the program in the chat
here we go.
room.
Does this look familiar?
And was the information as well that there was English subtitles and it was in a foreign language?
Yeah.
Is this it?
Wait.
Is this them?
Whoa,
is this?
I think you have it.
Okay, Nightfall. Okay.
There it is.
We've solved it by the end of the show.
We're looking. Okay.
We're looking at the show.
Okay,
keep moving that.
This is big. Okay.
I want to see if.
Okay, this is Netflix and
huge development.
Yeah, this is where
Nightfall.
Tell that the name.
Okay, so the synopsis says 15 years after the Crusades ended in defeat, a veteran knight becomes master of his order's Paris temple and discovers a shocking secret. Uncle, this sounds highly esoteric. This is interesting.
Yeah, you might have to check this one out. This one might have to be on themes and memes there, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
This is what I've been watching.
Okay,
this is what I've been watching. Now this had interesting things on the show, but I could never understood what.
So this show isn't in English. It's in a foreign language.
All in foreign language. This
really?
Man, if you listen to it for a few minutes when I get it going again,
okay.
You're gonna listen to the talk.
Okay, I'm about to check out Nightfall.
I'm gonna.
Uncle, do you ever pull out your Knights of Columbus sword and play along?
Not exactly. No. If I had that out,
personally, when I watch UFC fights on TV, I like to punch along sometimes as like a little workout. So I wonder if maybe you got your sword and you're like,
I'm knock somebody in the room if they walk in. No,
true. Yeah, you gotta.
I got him.
You gotta put the do not disturb sign on the door.
Sign it. Do not disturb while I'm watching the show. Something like that. Wait, now let's see. I don't recognize.
Does this look familiar?
In these though.
So this might not be the same then.
It might not because of the actors that are in the show.
But this looks like it.
The beginning, because he has a knight.
Because he's a knight. Okay, this is probably it. This is probably it.
Another twist.
Yeah. We'll see.
Sure. We're gonna leave it as a cliffhanger.
Next week.
I'll leave you guys.
Next week.
I think we're almost at the end of the hour, so I'll leave you guys here. But I just wanted to say hi and make sure Uncle had the one up on you on callers there.
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Good chatting. Have a great night.
You too.
See you next time, Robin.
Robin.
Okay, there was Robin. Vancouver.
There goes my number 2.
Oh, absolutely. Look, they're already calling for the shout-outs in the chat room because you got like a little under 5 minutes. So, boom.
Shout out.
We better shout things out here. Who we shouting
chat rooms. How are we shouting out now? This is shout out time.
Okay.
All right. Who do you want there, Chuck?
Wait a minute. Chuck's shouting out? Okay, cool.
First man talk.
Yeah, Chuck, who you got?
I get to give a shout out. Cool. Well, shout out to Lucum, who may have actually solved the question about what show it is that Uncle's been talking about for the past 2 weeks. So we'll see. Maybe
about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I've been watching this. It's about that long.
Exactly.
It's a long one.
That's very cool.
It's a very long one. I'm telling you.
So thank you, Lucum.
Yeah, thank you, Lucum.
Well-deserved shout-out there.
Yeah.
And a quick shout-out to Creative Accidents as well. Enjoying my tea, just telling you. Vanilla and black tea. with natural vanilla flavor from the Path of what is it? The Path of Tea, right?
The Path of Tea,
which is a place that our friend Creative Accidents often visits in person still, even in the age of coronavirus. So there you go.
How's your half-ass mask?
Have that mask. Uncle, who you shouting out tonight?
My regulars.
Regulars.
There they are. And especially to the swordman. That swordman, I am telling you, I got you a story. If you ever come back on, if you ever can get on the show.
We'll tell you that story.
The regulars, like I said, and old neighbor.
And the
one that also, especially the one that had passed away, always had for friend that passed away a while.
Yosemite Bear.
Probably
got it. Yeah, got it.
I always have to say something about him.
Okay, good.
That system, yeah.
And the chat room is asking for a shout out for Seth the Poet. So there it is.
There we go.
Seth the Poet.
I saw Seth today. I see him regularly. Yeah, he's doing good. He'll probably be back on the show here soon. And he's got some new material for us, he tells me. So that's going to be good.
Oh, so the Poet's going to come back on?
Poet will be back. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, he will return. So you better stay tuned if you want to hear his new stuff. It's going to be good.
So he's got some new stuff.
So shout out to him. I'm going to shout out to Zach again, Zach Miller of Dr. Dog. Thanks for coming on the show. It's great to have you. I guess shout out to his buddy, Pat Finnerty, the guy who got Dave Grohl. We'll have to look into that a little further.
To start. He's the one that started him. Listen to me.
We'll have to get a hold of maybe Pat Finnerty and find out how you get a hold of any person that you want to get a hold of. He could teach us how to do that. And then shout out to Meth Man, our new Patreon subscriber supporter. Thank you again, Meth Man, for your support of doing this. And we're pretty much done there. Let's just let people know that we do have a Twitter and an Instagram at Uncle Podcast. So follow those. Thank you if you already do. Subscribe to the show. Write up a review on Apple iTunes. What else, Uncle? Anything else before we go here?
Hope we get up to a little higher on the stance.
Oh yeah, we're getting there, Uncle. The numbers are going up. I'm telling you.
I don't even know.
The numbers are high. They're high.
My popular opinion on doing this job is excellent.
Yeah.
I think if this was a rating, I would be A all right down the line.
Yeah, we just.
I mean, the way I talk, it's the voice actually takes it over.
I know.
I just can't figure myself out. You know.
We passed good and have reached excellent at this point.
Right.
So and we're still going up. We're going up higher.
Keep moving.
191 and up.
As we keep going, Ivan, and long as to have to sit here to do it, we can do it. This is just the way we are.
Every Friday night on Arcelli.com, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you next week. Uncle, bring us home.
That's it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.